mom died, I never imagined being thrown from house to house. I never imagined being in foster care. Never imagined being in 6 different high schools. Never thought I'd have to fight for my diploma. The thing is, school was my safe haven. I loved school. It was a place for me to get away. I loved all my teachers so much that I remember crying to my mom in kindergarten, "I don't want to lose Mrs. Groves," when we were just about to move. The thing is, my home was hectic, complicated. I don't remember a lot. I just remember it's stressful. I was really close to my mom, and I don't remember her working. She was at home a lot. I remember dancing to music with her and partying with her friends well into the night when I was just 5 and 6 years old. My mom slept a lot, and I just wanted to spend all the time with her, so I would curl up and I would sleep with her. There was a lot of love and a lot of chaos, but more chaos was to come. When I was just in 1st grade, my mom died of a drug overdose, accidentally. Her funeral was on St. Patrick's Day, and then I started moving a lot. First to my brothers, then to a foster care home placement, then with my grandma, who insisted I repeat the 3rd grade. My grandma moved us to Wisconsin, where I would stay until I was in 6th grade. School wasn't my really strong suit, but after I was held back, it seemed to be better. Not graduating was never an option for me. Enough people had told me how important school was. In middle school, I moved back to Michigan to live with Elizabeth, the oldest daughter of my first foster parents. Middle school went well. My teachers even told me I could possibly graduate a year early in 2019 instead of 2020 because I had taken some high school classes in 8th grade. My future seemed bright. But it didn't last. I hit rock bottom. It was the middle of my freshman year. I was still in Michigan, and I had decided to move to Whitmore Lake to be closer to my family with my aunt and uncle. It was okay at first, but my uncle and I didn't see eye to eye. I went to youth group one night, and I came home, and all my stuff was packed up into bins by the door. When I was on my way up the stairs, my uncle called, "What's going on, kiddo?" I was so confused, I said I didn't know. Apparently, my aunt and uncle had never gotten guardianship over me, and CPS was involved again. They were going to change my placement back to Elizabeth's. I really didn't want to stay with my uncle, but I also didn't want to move upstate, and I just didn't want to be alive. I didn't see a point to life, and I was ready to end it. My uncle called the police, and I spent the next week and a half by myself at U of M hospital for my mental health. I felt so alone. I had so many different professionals telling me how to feel, asking me questions about where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do with my life. This is when my first foster care worker placed me in a girls' home in Kalamazoo. I was going to start my 2nd high school. I'll be real with you, living there was really stressful. The girls would gang up on me and call me names, and one of them even said, "We wish you would have killed yourself." Despite all the challenges, I finished freshman year strong. Even through the moves, I was still a credit ahead. I could graduate a year early. I still had some hope, and I could imagine my graduation. The summer after my freshman year, I started volunteering at a children's summer program. This helped me get away from the drama of the girls' home and became something I loved doing. But one day, everything got to me, and I went AWOL from the girls' home. AWOL means that you leave your placement without permission. I was still struggling with my mental health, and the girls in the placement didn't help at all. I did go back after a day, but I was given a 30-day notice. This means I would be placed somewhere new in 30 days. This is when I moved to Eagle Village, where I would be for the next 9 months. Eagle Village is another residential placement designed to be a juvenile detention placement. But I wasn't there because I was a bad kid. I was there because I didn't have anywhere else to go. This campus had a school on site, so this would be my 3rd high school. But living at a place like this, and being through everything I'd been through, graduation didn't seem like a realistic goal anymore. That's when the Student Advocacy Center sent me my inspiration and my hope, Tina Woods. She was my court-appointed education advocate. Tina started working with me in January of 2018. Tina would come to Eagle Village and help me with my online classes, and she showed me graduation wasn't far at all. She asked me my goals and continuously reminded me of them. I was released from Eagle Village on May 4th, 2018 to go live with my older brother, Jake. I started attending Frankfort High School, my 4th high school, and hopefully my last, so I thought. I finished the year there, completing 3 credits while doing online classes through SAC. It was summertime, and for the first time, I could let go and be a teenager. Being in residential had been extremely hard for me. I didn't get along with other people, and I didn't have a great experience like some of the other youth. Being in Eagle Village felt like jail to me. I didn't have the chance to be a normal teenager, nor did anyone else there. I didn't get to go to high school dances like homecoming or prom. I didn't get to join clubs or be part of yearbook. I didn't go to parties. I didn't end up having a lot of friends because of things I've been through. I had to grow up quicker than the kids around me. When I had a chance to be a teenager, I had to take it, but I also lost myself in the middle. If I wanted to be on track to graduate with the class of 2019 at Frankfort High, I had to take some summer classes. As the summer days started fading away, so was I. For about 5 months, I wasn't myself. I lost sight of my goals, I was no longer focused, and I was starting to doubt myself. I moved out of my brother's and started living with an older boyfriend and his aunt and uncle. My family didn't approve, but anything that anyone else said didn't matter to me. I started my 5th high school, and you know what? I wasn't even there for 2 weeks. I was completely on my own, and I had no idea what it would entail. I would miss the bus and walk home from school. I was trying to work full-time, supporting me and my boyfriend, and at the time, I just thought work was way more important. My boyfriend's aunt kicked us out the day after my dad died. It was October 2018. My boyfriend and I moved out in the middle of nowhere. We had a place to stay, but I had no job, no transportation, and nothing to do. This home was not an approved placement, so there were conversations about closing my foster care case. Deep down, I knew I wanted to graduate, and I knew I needed the support of the Student Advocacy Center. All through this, Tina was there. She was always putting a bug in my ear about school. With so much uncertainty about where I was going to live, Tina enrolled me in SAC's credit recovery program, and I earned a credit. Tina and I started talking about school options. I decided that online would be best for me, so Tina found an online school, and I started. My first class was rough, but my life also changed dramatically. I decided to break up with my boyfriend, and I moved in with my old foster parents from 2016. I took a few weeks to get over myself, and I reevaluated my goals with Tina. Tina started planning more and more days to come work with me. Tina does so much. She drives 4 hours to come where I currently live. She helps me on school all day, and then she drives back. We normally go to a coffee shop and finish a class. She always sets a goal for the day, and I accomplish that very thing. I always work better when I'm with Tina, and she always pushes me to do the best that I can. So far, I've earned 2.5 credits on the online program, and I'm on track to graduate in May. For so long, I couldn't imagine being where I'm at. It's become so real, and I'm finally doing things that I always used to dream about. I just realized I have to get senior pictures done and plan my own graduation party, and these things really excite me. I could never have imagined the journey I would take when my mom died, the number of homes, the hurt, even how I gave up on myself for a while. But I persisted, and Tina persisted with me. I imagined, I dreamed, and now I'll graduate. And next year, I will attend college and study early childhood development. Thank you.